Hey everyone, it's Alyssa, the Recipe Critic, and today I am showing you how to make the best prime rib from start to finish. This prime rib is melt in your mouth good and cooked to medium rare perfection. The seared garlic herb crust on this prime rib is incredible, so let's get cooking. First, we need to prepare our prime rib. Now's the perfect time to talk about the type of prime rib that you are going to want to buy. When buying your prime rib, you have the option to buy with the bone in or the bone out. I prefer to buy my prime rib with the bone in. When buying your meat, you have the choice between a prime grade and a choice grade. Prime obviously is the better choice of the two, but just choose what's best for your family and what you can afford. All right, using a sharp knife, we are gonna remove the bone. This is super easy. Just follow the arch of the bone and use a sharp knife. Next, we're gonna use some butcher's twine, and we are gonna tie the bone onto the prime rib, creating a rack while it's roasting. And you can use a butcher's knot or a regular knot. Either way, it's not gonna come undone. So I like to tie between each bone. And since I've got 4 bones, I'll do 3 different knots. Once it's tied, we're gonna preheat our oven to 450 degrees. Next, we are gonna make the key to the perfect prime rib, and that is our garlic herb butter. Since you just got done buying such an expensive piece of meat, you wanna make sure you use fresh herbs. And for this recipe, we're using rosemary, oregano, thyme, and parsley. To start, we're gonna remove the stems from the rosemary. Give it a good mince, and we need about a tablespoon of the fresh herbs. Once that is minced, we're gonna just add it to our cup of softened butter. Next up, we have our thyme, and we're just gonna also remove that from the stem. Since thyme is already so small, there's no need to mince it, just add that to your butter. Next, we have oregano, and we're just gonna remove the leaves from the stems one by one. Okay, now we're gonna give this just a quick mince. Last, we chop up our parsley, and we're gonna just add this to the bowl. We're gonna add in our salt and pepper. Now we're gonna give this a good mix. We're gonna put our roast bone side down in our roasting pan. Next, we're gonna take our garlic herb butter and rub it all over the roast. And just make sure you get every side of your roast. Our roast is ready for the oven, and it is recommended to cook it for 15 minutes per pound. But I like to cook it with an in-oven thermometer until it reaches a temperature of 110 degrees for medium rare. We're gonna cook this for 15 minutes at 450. After 15 minutes, we're gonna reduce the temperature down to 325 and let it cook till it gets to our desired temperature. Our roast just hit 110 degrees and it smells amazing. We're gonna let that rest for about 20 minutes so it reaches the temperature of 130 degrees. Look at the beautifully marbled, medium rare prime rib. This recipe goes perfect with my dad's mashed potatoes and a side of green beans. All of those recipes can be found at therecipecritic.com.